is Matt's going to start us off. He's going to be making elderberry syrup. This is another thing that, okay, you probably have to go to a health food shop or you have to order online some elderberries. I just bought some recently when I went across to Victoria, but like there's many places here in South Australia where I am that you can actually source these are dried berries.
Yeah, you can't use them raw. They are toxic if you use them raw.
Yeah, so they must be cooked, you know, down. And
or use an extract from a very reliable source is the other option.
And what we're going to do is we're not going to cook it all the time because it does take at least 50 minutes to cook. And what I want to just touch upon, and I'll Matt's going to get started with the ingredients.
Yeah, do it.
So I'll just get them for him.
Thanks.
Yeah,
it's funny. Up until now, I'd heard of elderberry wine, maybe elderberry cordial. I think it's very much a UK thing. But so elderberry syrup. Now, why elderberries? What's so special about elderberries?
So I've even in our little ebook, I just found out some amazing benefits. I always knew people go to elderberry when it's cold and flu season.
Yeah,
but I hadn't known there's an actual compound in the elderberry, and I remember telling you the name of it. It's a really unusual name.
Comes up on your next spelling list.
No, but then what it is it blocks viruses, particularly influenza. There's scientific PubMed research on the benefits on how it basically acts as a guard against these threats, especially influenza. There's so much evidence towards it, and given there's a lot of it out at the moment, it's definitely something that you want to keep on hand. The other thing is it increases your cytokine. How do you say that? Cytokine production. And and it's obviously very high in vitamin C. So this is a winner all round. Now, what we do recommend, you know, rather than just having it syrup, you can add it to, if you make your own homemade cough syrup or salad dressings, you know, adding it inside of that to create, you know, your dressings. And I've actually got some other ideas as well here.
I have a quick question. So if you couldn't access elderberries then, could you substitute something else, maybe like goji berries, for example?
That's not what I'm doing at the moment.
No, I just thought maybe just for people out there who are trying to struggle.
Are very different.
Yeah.
So goji berry is far different. I wouldn't even put it in the same category. Also, we can make gummies out of these. That's what a lot of people do. And, you know, tonics, like I mentioned, but to me personally, putting a bit of it in your salad dressing would be good. Or, you know, even in some yogurt, like on your breakfast, etc. So, Matt, are you going to get started?
I am going to get started. I'm just making sure I've got all my ingredients. So I just need I've got my elderberries, got the honey, got hibiscus and chamomile.
Oh, no. Now, that gets added at the last 10 minutes.
Yep.
Which we don't need to do. So if you've got any hibiscus again, it's one that is very high in vitamin C. But the chamomile is also good for, you know, antibacterial, antimicrobial. And with the chamomile, if you've got some dry chamomile, it's optional, okay? These are things that you can add as enhancers, and they're both very supportive of emotional well-being as well.
Okay.
So, do you want to
see the star anise?
Now, while Matt's just getting the star anise, I'm going to get on, just get out my homemade vegan butter, which I've made earlier. And the dish that I'm going to be making is something that you may not think of when it comes to immune health and well-being. And that is Hollandaise sauce. Hollandaise, it is very versatile. You know, a lot of people just only have it for breakfast, like, you know, if they're having poached eggs and Hollandaise, but you know, you can have Hollandaise sauce on vegetables, on fish, on chicken, on rice, on steak. You know, it's very much, you can add spinach to it, you can add some spices like cayenne pepper or turmeric to give it some more flavour enhance. But why I chose Hollandaise is one thing we're all struggling with is our vitamin D. And, you know, egg yolks and mushrooms are probably the most well-known foods that contain vitamin D. And so we're really using the egg yolks. We're not using the whole egg for that. So I will have to get the eggs out for this. And with that as well, because I've used making it vegetarian kind of, or well, not vegetarian, what do you call it? Dairy-free vegetarian. We've made our vegan butter, even though we're not making this exclusively vegan butter. I've added my vegan butter, and it's made up of a cashews, oil, olive oil, and coconut. And you think of those oils that are fat soluble, and what fat soluble oils do is it allows you to penetrate and absorb the nutrients that are in your food.
With the elderberry syrup that I'm making for you this evening, I'm actually halving the recipe because then you had 50 grams of elderberries. That's equals for 100. So I am actually halving the recipe. Just something to know. All right, so adding in the honey now for a bit of sweetness. You might decide to use another natural sweetener.
Well, no, you wouldn't really, not with this. Really, you're really wanting the honey. So if you have to use another sweetener.
What would you recommend?
Because of the amount that's going in there, it is really for medicinal. It's acting as a preservative as well, like to stabilise it, shelf-wise. I personally, you know, not having those high amounts of sugar. If you're fructose sensitivity, you wouldn't want this volume anyway in a dish. So you could use one of our other recipes to support health and wellbeing, or you make it without any sweetener and add your sweetener to your serving. That's what I would do.
Could do that. Now the recipe here says cook for 50 minutes. I'm not going to bore you with 50 minutes of cooking. So I'm actually going to transfer this to one of our TM6 bowls, which is brought out of a time.
Okay, just before you go, so do you put the ginger? You haven't put the ginger.
No, ginger comes in a little bit later. So the ginger and the star anise come along after the 50 minutes.
Oh, yep, okay. So and just to let them know, I've got a little spice blend. So if you've got this is a beautiful one from a friend here in the Barossa. It's a kefir spice blend, so it's an Ayurvedic blend. So I would put a pinch of that. If you got if it's barter seeds, and you could put that in. So if you've got these special spice blends that are already together that you know that you already use to enhance your health and wellbeing, you can just certainly put a pinch of that in there at the time. Yeah, later. So,
cool. So that's going to be cooking for 50 minutes, 100 degrees on 0.5.
Okay.
So I'll come back.
Okay, so I'm getting on to making my Hollandaise. And now I'm trying not to touch the cord because I've got both our cords behind me here. And I'm sadly not as tall as Matt. Now all we're needing to do is have 10 grams of water. Doesn't seem much, does it? Who makes Hollandaise, I wonder? Now, we're needing some lemon juice in here. If you don't have lemon juice, you know what I do for a cheat, but we're really doing it for the immune health point of view, so we definitely want the lemon in this. But if you're making just Hollandaise for any other time, you could add the quantity of water with a couple of drops of food grade lemon essential oil, and you can kind of substitute in that. But what we're doing is we're doing it for the benefits. So we definitely want to have those, and it's saying between 10 and 20 grams, depending how strong a flavour you're wanting to have your Hollandaise. You know, you might have some that don't like too lemony flavours, and you can always add lemon later on. So I would do on the less. And now we've got our butter here. So this is the vegan butter that I made up earlier. Hopefully it's set in time. I'm just going to use the teaspoon here. Yeah. So. Teaspoon. Okay, we're nearly there. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. Okay, and so now so it's really handy if you've got your own chickens, especially with the shortage at the moment.
Sure.
So, Matt, well, now I'm excited that I've got all these egg whites because if my girls were home from camp, we are very much love our egg white. Not so much the egg yolk. So,
It's interesting.
Exactly, but if I like Hollandaise, and I think this is a way that I can have it. I just don't like it gooey and yeah. Vitamin D is kind of also really important as far as child development, especially if you're expecting. It's it's really important to have those high vitamin D levels for their development. The other thing too is with vitamin D, it helps our immune system. So if you're a person who keeps getting unwell quite frequently, a good thing reason is that your vitamin D is low, and so you're more susceptible of if you're around people who are unwell to pick up those nasty little critters. And the other thing that mushrooms have is selenium, and selenium is really, really important nutrient, one that we probably overlook quite a bit or not check our levels. And so it helps thyroid production, so especially for us women, it's a good one to have. What are you looking for now?
Oh, I had to close the recipe and I'm like,
What are you doing?
It's okay, I'm waiting.
Aren't you already in it? Oh no.
Play with your screen. I'll play with mine. So it's all good. I'm just reading. I'm looking at the headings are all upside in. Yeah. So back into it again.
Now I'm just cooking for
Right,
10 minutes. This is actually cooking. Can you hear it? Hollandaise, it's more like a condiment that you can have. I like to add greens, so you could have added some spinach and that would give you some iron. Again, turmeric and pepper. You can play around. There's lots of recipes kind of giving some flavour booster ideas or changing it up there. And then obviously with the mushroom pate, it's very basic, but you could add some boosters. So if you're wanting to, you could add some other like well-known superfood. If you're into the chaga mushroom and that, like some powders, you can enhance the level, or you can add a bit of tamari in there.
Yeah.
Give it a bit more of a umami taste.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah.
There's so many things that you could do with that, but it's versatility, and that's the thing. We're looking at things that you generally have in your house,
or
accessible too, and seeing how it improves your health and wellness, and recipes that you can use in different ways. Not just having in the one way. We're very much into versatility.
Yeah.
Not just making an ingredient or one recipe.
Yeah. So no, that's I think that's what's exciting. It saves obviously it's going to save the storage and Yeah, I think it just comes back to why Thermomix is such an exciting realm to play with. You can explore different possibilities. Just with all the things that are out there. Yeah, cool.
So I was thinking Hollandaise and surf and turf.
Wow. So I think I know what's on the menu for tomorrow.
So this has turned out well.
Poached eggs and Hollandaise sticks.
Oh, this looks great.
Wow, that looks
So
incredible.
here we are.
So it hasn't even split or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's with my homemade vegan butter that I only made this afternoon.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And so in my vegan butter, it's a recipe you can find on Cookie Dough. It's one I rave about because it's fantastic for baking with. I use cashews instead of almonds. And then you use almond milk and you use, what do you call it? Almond milk, apple cider vinegar, a bit of, apple cider vinegar, and nutritional yeast flakes.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. Okay,
Oh, look at that.
so look at that. That looks good.
Gosh, you want to show the colour up to the
Yeah, I think I can see.
Yeah, that's
I can try.
yeah. Gosh, don't mix it up with a cassie.
It almost tastes lemon curdy.
I was going to say it's almost got that lemon curd.
Yes, it's a bit more savoury curd.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, yum.
Oh no, I'm going to see relating to the tarts and everything. Give it a bit of it.
Oh, yeah, Matt, I can't get that lid on. So, shout out, if you haven't seen our reels or watched us on Instagram, I can't rave about these little brushes that I pick up at Drake's. I know a lot of people go for the Thermomix standard brush you buy in the mix-it shop, but honestly, the way this can go under the lid, go around, go right in, and you can put a little bit of, I love it.
Yeah.